What up? What up? What up? This is Brooklyn Zone. We're gonna talk tonight. We're gonna get into some things. I'm gonna challenge your beliefs and expectations about relationships. My co-host, Phoenix, is in the house, and we're gonna have a conversation this evening about relationships. So let's talk about it.
All right. So, Brooklyn, our topic for tonight. She intimidates. Why are men intimidated by powerful women? Talk about it, break it down.
Wow, she intimidates. That's an excellent topic. I think it's relevant to today's men and women and the relationships that we go through today. I believe that the foundation or the root of she intimidates, because I've talked to a lot of powerful women, and the consensus is, why are men intimidated by me? Is it because I make more money, or is it because I have this status or whatever at my job? And simply, I believe that the female ego is a major part in this issue.
So, what do you mean by that? What is it specifically about the female ego? Does it drive them to be powerful?
I don't think it's a matter of drive. What I think it is we don't realize that the female ego is just as big as the male ego. And frankly, in 2018, women are doing great.
That is true. There are a lot of powerful women out there.
Yeah, I mean, they're, they're doing very well, educational. The degrees are off the chart, and the job status is working for them.
Entrepreneurship is another thing. We see a lot of women who are just doing their own thing, starting their own businesses and making it successful all the way to the top.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So let's get back to it. So, okay, what is it about the female ego?
To me, it's real simple. I believe that with that female ego, they put it out front. Y'all put it out front. Y'all let it be known. When men and women meet, we're too busy talking about our accomplishments. You're telling me about your master's degree or your PhD. And frankly, the average dude could care less about your accolades and the things that you've accomplished.
But doesn't that make him, doesn't having a successful woman give him some kind of shine, or something that he can flaunt? Hey, my woman is a CEO of such and such.
It does for some men. For some men that are looking for that. But when we're trying to just be basic in relating to each other, that doesn't matter.
Okay, you talking about what? Once you're home and behind closed doors, all that doesn't is irrelevant.
No. What I mean by that is, when you're looking for someone to relate to in a long term, meaningful relationship, all those social things that we commonly put forth, meaning what I do, what I have, all that stuff doesn't help us relate to each other. Those are just superficial things. I want people to understand something. Never forget that your job and what you do, your status, if you're a boss or supervisor or whatever it is that you're doing, when you're relating to another person and you bring that stuff up, understand that those things can be taken away. So they really aren't important when it comes to relationships. That's what I'm trying to get men and women to understand. What you do has nothing to do with the relationship, because that position that you have at your job, that can be taken away at any given time. So what I want women and men to do is stop using those superficial status to relate. Stop using that stuff to relate to each other. Get to know the human in each other.
I mean, that sounds good. But you know what? At the end of the day, a woman who's been in school for 10 years or whatever length of time, and all she's had to endure to get to that position, she wants to be recognized for that by her mate. And if she's with someone, she wants him to know, hey, I worked hard to get to where I'm at. I'm with you. And there's a dual role that I play in our relationship. I'm a boss and I'm your partner. I'm your spouse. So are you saying that women can't be both? Are our egos just, does it just take over? I'm sure there's some women who, they're the boss at work, and then when they come home, they dial it down in accordance to their home life or the type of man that they have. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I believe that there are women out there that can do that. However, it's very rare, because what I hear from a lot of women is that when they meet men, guys are intimidated by them.
You talking about from jump?
Yeah,
Once they tell them what they do, what do they not want to go any further? Men?
well, the men always are gonna take on the challenge because the average dude loves the challenge. But when we're talking about long-term, meaningful relationships, the issues start to come up. She may be making more money. She may be just doing things a little differently, sort of like a role reversal thing. Because it's a lot of that going on right now.
So you're saying that it is hard for her ego not to be present in their everyday relationship?
Absolutely, based on what you said. She's been working hard and working on her degrees and her upward mobility at her job for 10 years. So shit, I'll be damned if you're not going to recognize that I'm all the shit that I've been doing as a woman to get where I am in this world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
And at the same time, yeah, there are a lot of men that are intimidated by that. But what I like for women to understand is that if you meet a man and he's intimidated by your light, by your shine, then that's simply not the guy for you. Real simple. Because alpha men, they're just not intimidated by anything. Period. Your job status, how much money you have, it just doesn't matter. So the female ego, what they do is they see the guy's intimidation, but that ego drives them. And they'll continue with him until they can't stand him anymore.
Wow. Sort of like chew them up and spit them out?
Oh man, I couldn't have said it any better. That's what it is. But at the end of the day, I'm still getting the complaints. So what I want women to understand is you can't complain about your intimidation of men, but at the same time, your ego
Drives you.
drives you and your intimidation.
Well, what I'd like to ask is something a little different. I want the women out there, the bosses, the entrepreneurs, the successful women, although women are successful in everything, whether it's motherhood, anything, but those power women, I would like for them to comment, share their comments, leave their comments on the channel. Let us know if there's anything you want to add to that, or if you agree with Brooklyn or myself. So we can, because this is not a conversation that we could just have in one segment. This is something that's been going on for a while, especially in role reversals, and we need to speak upon it. So, Brooklyn, I'm going to let you finish it out like you do.
That's what's up. So, like I said, this is just the first segment of this role reversal. She intimidates, the intimidation. Where we are today, we understand that the roles are starting to flip. We understand that. But ladies, I want you to consider this. You may complain about the guys that you meet that are intimidated by your status, by your power. But consider this. What happens when you meet the man that doesn't give a fuck about your status or your power? You know what you do? You shy away from him. You don't want to have nothing to do with him. And you know why? Because he makes you very uncomfortable when you meet him. He has no regard to your status, to your degree, to your ego. That guy, you shy away from him. And you run to the beta male that is intimidated by you. But then you'll complain about that dude in 6 months. But when you met that dude that was no way, shape, or form intimidated by you, what you do, or what you have, you run away from him. And you know why you do, ladies? Because he makes you very uncomfortable. Think about that. This is your boys, Brooklyn Zone. Let us know what you think. And in closing, I always say, the only thing I know is what I don't know. My goal is to challenge your beliefs and expectations in relationships. I'm out.